Hi everyone, this ASMR video is a brief overview of some of the decks I'm using in the next few months. As you may have noticed, they're Halloween inspired, a lot of them, and I just thought I would show you a few of the pictures and what kind of images they have and just speak a little bit, whispering. So the first deck I'm going to look at is the Ghosts, Spirits Tarot by Lisa Hunt. Here's the back. And here's one of the cards, the Hermit. Seven of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. Six of Swords. Temperance. I love Lisa Hunt. I love her artwork style. If you see the little white book that comes with this deck, she explains some of the imagery and the history behind it. I do actually wish that there was a bigger book with this deck because I'd love to read up on the ghost stories and really get into, go deeper into the meanings and the imagery. But they give out some really interesting readings. Some people may find them quite intimidating because they are quite, sometimes they show, well, this one, Knight of Cups, is actually quite a sweet one. If you can see, this gentleman and a lady, a lot of greenery around them. It's probably one of the sweeter images. Some of the images in it can be quite brutal. This reminds me of Gollum from Lord of the Rings, the Ten of Swords. But as we all know, the Ten of Swords is quite anxious card to get in any reading, especially when we let our thoughts get to us. Quite intimidating, that one. I wouldn't like to see that at the end of my bed at night anyway. This one from Telltales. The Eight of Swords, another one. Got a guy, a skeleton, hovering around in the mists with the swords around him. And they seem to be hovering in the air, and then we've got a lot of dead bodies and skulls as well. Just there. You can see why I use these for Halloween. I do like this deck though, I think it's really interesting. Knight of Wands. You can see the imagery on it. Some of them are, I think, more powerful than others. See this one, the Empress. This one's quite a soothing energy card. Got the Empress, who looks like she's bestowing something on someone. Looks like they've asked for something, they're receiving it. And then the swords again. This guy that looks like he's been pinned down, which as we know is the Three of Swords, major imagery, but this one it looks very personal. Really is holding him and pinning him down. Two of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Another one. Page of Cups. So there is some imagery in it that's quite sweet. Lots of glowing eyes and swirly mists. And people looking lost. But I think that's one of the main reasons people have tarot and oracle readings, is because they need a bit of help and guidance, and normally they're in a time of trouble, or they just need to see what's going to happen. Put that to one side and sort that out later. Next deck is the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Lifting the veil between the worlds every night. Sounds mysterious. Almost jumping out of the box. It's a base, bright orange inside. A lovely pumpkin by the wonderful Blue Angels, who do amazing cards, cardstock and boxes as well. I'm always quite happy to keep mine in there. I think you might just be able to see the bats and the cats and the brooms and the pumpkins just kind of hologram there, which is awesome. The little things. And then it kind of repeats itself on the back of the cards. Excited. Let's have a look. So Dawn, a beautiful owl. The imagery on these is, I hope you can see, helps. Are really, really powerful. Full moon. This isn't one of her scariest. I don't think these ones are meant to scare. They're just imagery from the Halloween period. This one's to do with coming through the darkness, which is why we've got the full moon in the background. The next one we have zombie. I don't know why, I actually think these are quite light. Earth. I think that they can be quite light-hearted. I think that the Ghost and Spirit Tarot deck is much darker, but that's just my own preference. A few of the imagery in this I've noticed as well, They do kind of repeat, but with different colours. For instance, you can see the graveyard and the zombie kind of matched a lot, but then you don't get a zombie without a graveyard, do you? Especially in horror films. We have the apple with blood dripping out of it. Scrying. Give me a second, guys. Let's see if that helps. Eternal love. Which is sweet. Skull of flowers. There's a lot of skulls in this. There's a couple of skulls. There's owls again. Sorry about the small child screaming. Unfortunately, that's something that they do. Spider, one of my animals that I work with a lot. See if you can find skeleton. There's another skull. Skull of darkness. Skull of light. Skull of death with the moth. Good symbol to use for death. Skull of stars. Skull of the underworld with the pomegranate. We all know that story. So there alone have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skulls with different meanings in the deck. So if you don't like skulls, this isn't the deck for you. Got the jack-o'-lantern or pumpkin, depending on your reference. It's being used as a jack-o'-lantern. Ghosts. We've got invisibility, which is quite a cool card to have. Ancestors with the DNA going up the tree. It's an interesting one to get. Mummy. Werewolf. Let's see if I can find one of my favourites. This is one of my favourites. Night Song. I love the dark red. It's such a dark background. It really pops out. I like this one as well, of the veil. It's another one where she uses colour a lot. Black cat. Look at his eyes. There's a skull, but it's more focused on the skeleton. Lamp. This one I tend to use in readings with war cards, as I think it's interesting what it can pick up. The next deck I'm using this month is the Sacred Rebel Oracle. I find that this deck I haven't used as much as I would like, but I think it can be quite honest as well. I like the word honest. Intense. We've got the Maiden, Mother and Crone on the back. It's another deck by Blue Angel. Awesome. We've got holograms on the side, which is a nice yellow inside. And box. this is quite a spiritual deck to have, and it tends to work more with spirits and ancestors this time of the year as the veil gets closer and more open, and it's easier to communicate with past loved ones. I think the backing on this is actually really, really nice. I really do. This is one of the first ones come to life. Black and white. Such a lot in the images that she's put in. I think it's Alana Fairchild who did this deck. She's a good, I've got a couple of her decks now, and she's an interesting lady. Defend to the end. She does a lot of black and white cards. She even has Legacy of Light. She has the imagery of back of the card in the card. Be the hunter, not the hunted. The owl. Another one. Against the grain. We all know that feeling of swimming against the storm or the sea when we let our emotions get too much for us. Dream a beautiful dream. Receiving. The perfection of your life. Sometimes we need to appreciate what we have. Find listening for the truth. Follow your own rhythm. I really like this card. I think that it's something that we all can learn, or I think sometimes society or even our own family can try and put us into a box, and this card is all about expressing yourself and going with the flow and trusting your own instincts and following your own path and not letting other influences or other people's thoughts keep you on the straight road. It can also mean that you're going to have a few bumps in that road, but just be true to you. Release the dark wound, let love live. Which can be hard if you're going through a breakup or lost someone. Amazing what we can hold on to in this lifetime. Bring into form. This is another powerful one. Just some amazing oracle cards. So meaningful. And intense as well. It's not a fluffy deck. And the last deck we're going to have a look at is Vampires by Lucy Cavendish. Surprise, surprise. I do like Lucy Cavendish. and the artwork is by Jasmine Becky Griffiths, which both are really, really popular artists in their own right. Both are do amazing decks. I've got nearly all of the decks. There's just one or two that don't really call to me, or I didn't feel the need to get them. But I just love this deck. It's a really good dark deck. It's giving me really interesting readings. I've got a little tiger's eye in there to keep it happy. So I never thought I would go for a vampire deck. They never really called to me personally, but even this deck is great, even if you don't just want to work with it through the autumn period. It gives consistently good readings, I find myself anyway. I just like to bring it out at this time of the year. So again, Blue Angel. Not really done much to the backings, they've just got a little red heart. And then the back of the cards are a deep brown with a gothic lady there. These ones tend to sound silly. Some of my cards speak to me more than others, or I've worked with them more, and these ones tend to tell me off if I don't work with them often enough. Or they can be quite sarcastic as well. My partner isn't as spiritual as me, and he was moaning about something, and a card fell out that basically said that they had no sympathy for him whatsoever. It was quite funny at the time. To me, anyway. So, we've got the first card, Immortal. So, if any of you know Jasmine Becky Griffiths, you'll know that she does the big eyes and the character. Her artwork is flawless, brilliant. I think she consistently does big eyes. It's quite universal body shapes, but she does different colours. She doesn't really focus on male characters a lot. There we go. Bellion. Different skin tones. But then she tends to focus the majority of her artwork on faces. Apart from that one. Enlightenment. Creator. Her last day in the light. Ecstasy. Lurid. And look at the different colours on that. Awesome. Anti-hero. That's an interesting one to have. What death will come. Big eyes. Ability. Reason. Hunter. redemption. Hope. There's always hope, isn't there? Natural. Love conquers all. Resurrection. The past, a prison. Jealousy. The call of the night. I don't necessarily feel the call of the night, but I do feel the call of the moon. Seduction, which is on the front of the box. Makes you wonder what she's been doing, especially with the blues in the background. Eternal youth. Religion. So those are a few of the decks I'm using in the next few months. I hope you've enjoyed this ASMR video, and I will see you all soon.